Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining today's webinar presentation, Learning at LexisNexis IP. I am Gail Martin, Associate Marketing Manager at LexisNexis IP, and I want to welcome you to this event designed specifically for our customers. A few things before I introduce today's presenters. First, please submit your questions during the webinar by using the Questions tab in your console. You can also download a copy of today's slides in the Handouts tab. A link to the recording from today's presentation will soon be sent to you. Now I want to introduce today's presenters. Cindy Spohr. Cindy works in Library and Relations with LexisNexis IP. Previously, she managed the LexisNexis Librarian Relations Group and was the Director of Libraries for a large law firm. Rosalyn Wade. Rosalyn is an adoption specialist with LexisNexis IP. She brings a unique perspective driven from extensive customer service training and implementation experience in the healthcare, software, and telecommunications industries. We're happy to have you both with us today. And with that, I'll turn it over to you, Cindy.
Thanks, Gail, and thanks you all for joining us today. We recently conducted a customer survey, and the respondents asked for information on the training resources we provide on our products. We decided to provide an overview in this webinar. Our objective today is to help you use the LexisNexis IP products effectively so that you can achieve the best possible outcomes. We'll provide an overview of the types of resources available and where to find these resources. To get started, Rosalyn, will you please provide a high-level overview of the types of teams and resources we provide to our customers?
Absolutely, Cindy, and thank you so much for the question. So the first line of defense that we have available for training resources would be our global customer phone support. So our global customer phone support provides a range of customer services. They can include things like assistance with correct use of platforms as well as troubleshooting our platforms. The next option that we have is your customer success manager. This will be your personal representative. They are dedicated to your business needs, expectations, and goals. We also have product adoption specialists, so that would be me. We do have a team, and we provide end-to-end delivery of learning activities, things like webinars as well as customer training. And last but not least, we have our online electronic resources. So that provides useful information geared towards learning and quick references throughout the product. We have in-product help as well as resource web pages.
Excellent. Let's do a quick poll of our audience on their preferred format for training materials, just to get an idea of what how different people prefer to learn. So you've got 4 selections there on short videos, live training sessions, training documents, or in-product help. We'll give you a little time to give us an answer on that. I think that's enough time. Gail, can you show us the results? Oh, very spread out across the board with short videos. It looks like live training sessions are the most popular, which Rosalyn is a live training session leader, so I'm sure she's pleased to see that. And we do provide all of these things. So thank you for participating in the poll, and Rosalyn, we'll let you continue.
Wonderful. So we're going to talk a little bit about customer support as far as the hours. So this would be our actual telephone line. You would call in for Total Patent 1 as well as Patent Optimizer. We are available 7 a.m. to midnight Eastern, as well as Patent Advisor. They are available 9:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. and that as well is Eastern time. The other option that we have is your customer support team. So the first, as I mentioned earlier, is your customer success manager. So you can think of them as the keepers of the keys for your account. They can provide assistance with successful implementation and customer onboarding. They can provide platform troubleshooting, training, enhanced support, as well as ongoing account maintenance. The product adoption specialist, which is near and dear to my heart, as I am one, is available for the lifetime of your contract. We provide onboarding and training just to ensure that the learning remains smooth and effective as an experience. We also offer in-product help. So this is help that's actually built into the system. With Patent Advisor, you have two places that you can find this product help. Both are on the top right of every screen, every page within the platform. The first is how to, so you'll find that there, and that will give you access to the learning resources page. The other option that you see there is help, and that's a list of telephone numbers and hours for tech support. The next that we have is in product help for LexisNexis Total Patent One. You'll find this help under the I icon. So that is at the top right of your screen. When you hover over that, it's going to say assistance. So there's actually a few different training options within the I. So the first is your page guide. The page guide is very helpful when you're first getting started with Total Patent One. The way that it works is it is different on every page within Total Patent One, and it will highlight key features on the page. Then it will explain their functions and why you would use them. You also have the user manual here. So this is a complete guide to the software. It is text searchable and is also available in multiple languages. You have your quick reference guide. This is a quick overview of the platform, emphasizing on key functions. And last but not least, you have a link here for customer support. So again, you will find the customer support number here. However, you can also find a link to our learning resources page within that pop-up window as well. For the in-product help for Patent Optimizer, this is actually located on the top left and right of the application. These pages consist of help topics that help you use LexisNexis Patent Optimizer. Each topic will describe a product feature and give you the uses in detail. So that'll be very helpful for you. Next, we have the product resources page. So these are actual web pages. They all have the same layout, and let me just share that with you so you can take a look. Here we go. So right now, this is the Patent Optimizer resources page. And you can see here that you have access to things like webinar sessions, training videos, training documents. You definitely want to make sure to bookmark these pages just so that you have access. And right here in the Patent Optimizer resource page, I'm just going to click on this Learn More under Webinar Sessions. And you can see that that drops me right down to all of the webinar sessions available. You'll see dates here. You will see the breakdown of what you're signing up for. So there are two different training webinars for Patent Optimizer. The first would be basics, and the next is your office action. And you can see the different time frames there as far as the runtime. The next one that I want to point out would be Patent Advisor. So you can see that this layout is exactly the same. That does help with just learning how to use these pages in a practical and easy to use type of way. And for this, I'm actually going to click on the training videos, and you can kind of see these are all built in right here. The great thing about our training videos is that you do not have to commit to an hour-long video. These are very short videos, anywhere to 3 to 5 minutes long. And as you can see, they focus on a very specific part of that product. Last but not least, you have Total Patent One. Again, the exact same layout. And we have the webinar sessions, videos, and documents, just like the other two pages. For this one, I'm actually going to drop down to the documents. And you can see that there are many, many training documents in here. One of the most helpful for anyone that's transitioning over from that legacy Total Patent One to, or over from the legacy Total Patent to Total Patent One. You can see comparison charts in here. So we have something for all of the different facets of the documentation. So I will go back to our screen share for our PowerPoint, and let's just take a look at the live training webinar sessions. So for the live training webinar sessions, these typically run anywhere from 30 to 60 minutes. We offer, during these live webinar sessions, we offer QA options, so a question and answer option within a chat during the webinar session, but then we unmute the line so that you can ask in real time your questions and in real time get the answers. Now, with the webinar sessions, they're great because, again, it's a live person. It does involve any kind of help that you need. And I'm just going to go over to our webinar training schedule. So again, we'll have this in the PowerPoint when we distribute that at the end, but you can see the entire list of when these trainings are available. You can see them for Total Patent 1, Patent Optimizer, Patent Advisor. With Patent Optimizer, again, we have those two breakdowns. So we have the basics as well as that office action response tool. These dates are actually updated every quarter. So at the end of every quarter, we put out the next 3 months worth of training. These are all free. You can sign up for as many of these as you want, as often as you want, and it is a great way to get started. And we'll just bounce back over to that screen. Wonderful. And Cindy, I will turn it over to you. I know that you wanted to talk with everyone about a few other offers that we have for training.
Yes, thanks, Rosalind, for the overview of the global customer phone support, our customer success managers, and product adoption specialists. And when you all have the handout or the PowerPoint, there was a link there to an email address if you are unsure of who your customer success manager or your product adoption specialist is. You can send an email to that email address and we'll be able to tell you that. And then, of course, thank you for providing us a review of the online electronic resources we provide for our customers. So in addition to these product-focused resources, we do send 3 monthly newsletters to help keep you up to date on product enhancements, upcoming webinars, new podcasts, as well as research tips and industry information. So the IP Insider is available to anyone in the IP industry. The customer link is available to customers of any of the LexisNexis IP products. And the InfoPro newsletter is written specifically for information professionals and librarians. You are welcome to sign up for any of these letters via the links provided here. And in addition to the product-focused resources available, we also provide industry topical resources. This includes IP hot topic webinars presented by nationally known intellectual property experts, as well as LexisNexis IP product experts. We do frequently partner with Gene Quinn and John White to present these webinars. And as an example, a topic of a recent webinar was on the America Invents Act on best practices, where the panelists discussed a holistic approach to patent preparation and prosecution. We also write hot topic blog posts, which are available via our Knowledge Center. We've provided links in this webinar we've provided links here for the webinar page as well as the Knowledge Center. And you can learn about these resources via our newsletters or by following us on LinkedIn or Twitter. We'd like to take another quick poll of the audience, Gail, and we're going to have 2 questions for you all. The first one is on if you have been using any of these resources before you joined us for this webinar, a simple yes or no. Here, we'll give you just a little bit of time on this. And I think that's plenty of time, Gail. Let's see where we are. Okay, so 2/3 and a third divide there. So the next question is, now that we've kind of reviewed things, are you planning to use them in the future? And I think we've had enough time there as well, Gail. Excellent. So hopefully, it appears that perhaps we are offering some things that you all would be interested in, and we appreciate your responses there, and hope that you do use some of the information we've provided. Now I'm going to see if there are any questions. Let's see. It looks like the first one is, Rosalind, for you, on how often are these training resources updated?
That is an excellent question. So we update these training resources on a regular basis. When new features come into the software, we definitely update everything. For the total patent migration, we updated the entire platform. So anytime that there's a new product, if there's a new function within our existing products, we update those regularly.
Great, thank you. And it looks like the next question here is for me on how often do we offer the industry topical webinars? And we generally offer them once a month. That's our goal through the year. Occasionally there might be hot topics where there might be an additional, and maybe sometimes around the holidays, not quite as many. I see one last question, going back to the live webinar trainings. I know, Rosalind, that you showed us the web page on that. Is there a registration? How do I register for that? For those live trainings?
Absolutely. For the live webinar trainings, the date that you see on there is actually a live hyperlink. So you would simply click on that. We'll ask you to fill out a form, and then you click register. Once you get that, it would come to, usually it comes to me. I usually am the ones running those training webinars. I'll receive it. I'll send you the information for to join the webinar, and then you just log right in on that date and time, and we'll get started.
Okay, great. That sounds easy enough. And that does look like all of the questions we have. I think so. I want to thank everyone for joining us. And as Gail mentioned, you will receive a copy of the PowerPoint as well as a recording of the webinar. So thanks very much for your time today.